Girls and guys, welcome back to the channel. You join me in another Ferrari. And guess what it's in for? Any guesses? No? Cool. It's in for a battery. So a friend of mine went to go and use this morning, and it was having a bit of a field day. Speedo was over to 220, revs were over at 10k, which would probably sound biblical, but never going to happen. So in for a battery, we have got a Ferrari CaliforniaT, and this is probably going to be one of the easiest battery changes on a Ferrari, he says. Might be having some troubles. This one is giving us all sorts of fun and games, but as I've said that, it's not doing it now. Hold on. It won't release the handbrakes, the bonnet's open, but we were getting VDC failure. Oh, hold on. Trying to see. Yeah, stop start doesn't work. You see that one there, and a few other little issues. Basically, all manner of faults to say that the battery was dying, and I had to jump start it on his driveway, got it here, ordered a new Bosch battery in, and had to jump start it again. Well, typical Ferrari doing typical Ferrari things. The handbrake is stuck on. Even when you engage gear, it will not come off. I mean, the battery voltage with the car running is still good, but we do have an AVH. Is it an AVH fault? Hold on. Yeah, we've got a stop start fault, and then there's another fault somewhere. Yeah, AVH, don't know what that is. So what I'm gonna do is, annoyingly, change the battery outside. Not what I wanted, but it's what we've got to do, so it is what it is. The face of happiness. Well, that made my life easier. So the handbrake was stuck on because of a battery voltage issue. Look at that engine. So what I did is reset the jump pack up because I didn't want to work on the outside. Turned it off, ignition on, and then the handbrake come off. Faults cleared, but then it said we were reduced power, this, that, and the other. This battery is still an original, and to access it, once you've opened the bonnet, turn, pop them off, and up and out the way. Let's put that somewhere safe, actually. Very safe, on top of an alpha wheel, keeping it Italian, people. And then this cover comes off, and we've got the battery. So I think there's going to be a clamp bolt down there, 10mm, 10mm, 2 Phillips, and there'll be a clamp bolt down there, or you could undo it from that if you wanted. Well, depends on how awkward it's going to be. Can't see anything else, but yeah, it's looking like it's going to be quite easy. So let me check what we've got down there. Okay, there is actually nothing under there, so I've undone that already. They're just hooked up out of the way. Now we've got to pop this little bad boy out. Let's try not to break the clips. I'll get a little trim tool and a pick, undo that, and then it's just that one. Be careful, these are sharp. I do love the way that's just fitted. It looks like 2 little random wood screws in there. 13mm, and then we can take the cover off and undo all of that. So let's get some tools out. She's out. Really, really simple. This is going to be, I'm actually struggling to find time to do this video. That is nice out of the way there. It was 15mm to remove that, everything flopped out. Now we're going to chuck the new one in, then we're going to plug the computer in. Wrong battery, innit? Yeah. So the one that come off the car is a 12 volt 95 AH 850A, and there is the OE part number. And as you can see, this one is a 74 AH, so down, and it's only a 680 amp. And not to compare, that's heavy, significantly smaller. That is not going on, so we're just waiting for the right battery to come. This is the same battery as the GTC 4 Lusso, which we changed, which is over there still. Okay, now that is better. 95 AH, which we've got, and 850A, 850A. So that's it, and it's the same size. Now, let's get this big bad boy, look at the moped, in the Ferrari. Right, well, I had to do this all in one go. Fairly awkward. I mean, knee to ratio is quite a lot, so you really be careful when putting it in. Positives on and tight, need to put the red bracket in. 10mm on and tight, that one's on, that one's on. They're all tight, and the fuse holder's back in its place. Now, let's get this and screw it in, and then we need to wake the car up and then go plug the computer in and, well, tell it it's had a new battery. Right, these are all back in. That's annoying me. I have to straighten them out. There you go, just click back into place. So yeah, they're all together. Now, let's go through and wake the car up. What we like to do is lock, unlock, put on some lights and stuff like that. Oh, look at it. That moped, man. Go through the wake up. Careful. Right. Now, again, just a few little lights on. Just turn the lights on, turn the lights off. Blah, blah, blah. Dash is all coming on nicely. Ignition on. And 3, 2, 1, symphony. Oh. Oy. Right, that's it. She's all good. Now, gonna plug the computer in and make sure everything's all good and happy. Hate getting in these cars with my shoes on. So yeah, let's get the computer onto it. And OBD port is just there. So it's got a nice little cap. Unlike the Ferrari 458s and the 488, no, I think it's the 488 that you've got to go in the dash into the deepest recesses. Absolute pain in the behind. Seriously, this is the easiest Ferrari to work on, to change the battery and to read the codes. Well, done the diagnostic sweep on it, done the battery matching on it, everything's all good. That's, I mean, all good, really. Now, while we're here, we're going to set time and date. So with this, you just press menu button, you get to that. Reason why we know, look at the time, it is definitely not midnight. And then you just press up for setup, down for date, hour, and you can just set your time and date, etc. like that. 12:24. There you go. So I'm gonna set the time and date, and then we'll get moving with it. All right. So time and date is all set. Everything's working as it should. So this beauty is wind it up. Done.